Hey Pisces, thank you for joining me for your weekend love reading. This is a reading for the weekend of October 9th through the 11th. What I'm going to do today is we're going to pull 3 cards, and then we will talk about them, pull 3 more, pull 3 more, pull 3 more. Okay, and then after that we will go ahead and grab a guidance card as well. Let's see here. Okay, we will grab these 2. Okay, sounds beautiful. Okay, so off the hand, I'm just going to say, yes, it is a Tower card, and no, I don't see it as a bad card for you, okay? With this here, I really think that, okay, so we have the Tower, we have the 7 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm really gathering that you're going to have a moment when you realize that whatever that you've been working on hasn't been serving you, okay? It really hasn't been fitting properly. And with the Tower card, you know, I recently read here in one of my books, the tower is square, right? But the crown that's trying to fit on top of it is circular. So they're not made to function together, right? And so it's being blasted off. You know, it's not meant to be that way. And so this then gives you that opportunity to come in and to be realigned to where you need to go. What needs to, what needs to be changed to get you back on the right path, right? And I think that you've been standing tall, trying to fight off, things that weren't working out, and really keep your footing. Because, like, to me, this here is like, it's that pathway that the Fool is going to take. But instead of fighting against the universe, you just need to drop the wands and you need to turn and walk, right? Walk off the cliff, knowing that the universe will regenerate the ground and allow those footings to come in place so that you can then be true to who you are, because you have this wonderful new beginning that's coming in. This Ace of Pentacles, this is all about stability, right? This is about being grounded. This is beginning of something wealthy, and that doesn't have to be materialistic sense. It could be wealthy within love, obviously it is a pentacle, so we are talking about kind of more materializing, but it's a new beginning that could represent somebody coming into your life that will provide you with the opportunity to have a stable beginning or stable, relationship. Okay, let's go ahead and get some clarifiers, and we'll go from there. Okay. I'm really debating whether I should take those, because I did shuffle, but those are also the exact 2 cards that I had for our last reading. I'm actually going to take them back. I did shuffle like a zillion times, but that doesn't mean that my cards won't occasionally get stuck. So let's just... This is an old deck. There's a lot of, if you can tell, there's a lot of stuff on it. One more, please. Wow. Okay. I'm going to take this one because it's the only one that came upright. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm kind of feeling here is that this could all have to do. It is a love reading, but it could have to do with something with work. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles is about work. It's about working towards something. Okay, it could represent the location. It happens to be work is where things are going to start getting more stable. So maybe you start dating a coworker, or somebody else within the building, that type of thing. So the other thing is, for me personally, and I know a lot of people don't really read this way, but in here it's an independent person, and they're working, right? They're really working. And to me, it's like you're working on yourself. You're working to, create these aces, right? These pentacles, so that, you can have that grounded foundation. And so you could have these pentacles, right? So to me, it's more like, working on yourself so that you can then have balance. With this Seven of Wands, we have this wonderful Queen of Pentacles. Again, another grounded, you really wanting to be, stable. You really want to be grounded. And I really think that, I don't usually read reversals, but they came out together, and I was just like, okay, that's where they're supposed to be. To me, you were in this Ten of Swords, feeling like, man, there's nothing more could happen to me that hasn't already happened to me type of attitude. Like, everything has been, done to me that I could possibly have happen. But the swords are coming out, things are changing. You're not going to be in this like total death type of feel, right? Because you've really been battling yourself, but you're really going to start getting grounded. You're going to be more practical. You're reliable. It's, again, I think it has to do again with this whole work thing, that maybe, you had this tower moment, like maybe, if you happen to have been unemployed, maybe an employment came in and you no longer have to defend yourself because, the finances are coming, right? And, you've been working on yourself to bring in the change, right? By doing those positive affirmations and such, and really, putting yourself in that higher vibration. And now that pain is starting to ease up a bit, so you're able to step into this queen, into this grounded, abundance, And I really think that with it, though, it really makes you nervous. Here with this Eight of Swords, I think you're kind of starting to overthink things, and you're starting to maybe regress into some negative thinking, right? You're really feeling like your hands are kind of tied, even though all these positive things are coming in. Your hands are kind of tied. You can't see what you're doing. You're kind of having to trust the universe, and it makes you kind of nervous, right? And of course, like I said, this sounds financial at the moment, but what love relationship isn't talking about stability or abundance, and stability is a mindset. It's not like you don't have to financially be stable. It's emotional stability as well, right? So let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. One more card. Okay. So, yeah, you've definitely been doing a lot of work on yourself here. We have the Empress, and then we have the Strength card. So you found that inner strength, right? To really step into who you are. You've embraced this inner feminine energy, and whether you're masculine or feminine makes no damn difference. It's really about being able to be open to receive things. Feminine energy is about receiving. It's not about giving. So you really have had to step into that role and say, okay, universe, I'm working on myself, because that's what I can control. I can control, how much inner work I do. And so you've been working on yourself and having that strength to know that things will, continue to go. That the universe will go ahead and set things forward and in motion for you. And it's great because, you will have this new beginning, this new opportunity. Passion is coming back to you. Here we have the Knight of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Cups. So somebody, is possibly coming in quickly. This is kind of like, it's a player energy, but it's also a creative energy here, a creative force. With the Page of Wands, it's about creativity. Now this is about creativity on the move. So it's me here. It's not, with here. Give me a second here. Sorry. I feel like this is like this here, the wand, the Knight of Wand. It is your passion that's going to be coming out. I don't necessarily, because this is over like the Queen, and the Queen to me was you. Despite it's not a Queen of Cups, but or a King of Cups, but it's like you're embracing that grounded moment, right? And now, the passion's coming back. You're able to start seeing, the things that you enjoy again, because you're no longer in this Ten of Swords, right? Because that Tower moment came in and said, hey, you need to readjust your perspective, or, hey, this is what's coming towards you. I'm moving this out of your life, and these new things are coming in, right? And then I see here we have this Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is that love coming in. So it could be a new love is coming in here with this Ace of Pentacles, and also with this Knight of Cups. I'm really getting, though, personally, in like, I'm seeing that it's you giving yourself a break. You have all these feelings and all this negative crap in your head about this new beginning that's coming in, this new foundation coming in, and you've been blasting yourself, and you're like, why am I doing this? Like, this is not who or what I am. And you're giving yourself some love. You're giving yourself some love. Like here, with the Seven of Wands, you're getting over that break, that pain. And so you're having to bring those passions back into you. You're being grounded, and the swords are coming out, right? So now you're starting to get more passionate. You're forgiving yourself. You're embracing you. You're a lot of self-love, which is fantastically beautiful, right? Let's go ahead and see what else we got here. So I don't usually like talking about other signs in their readings, but I do have to say I've with all of the water signs, there's been a few that have had the same cards showing up in the same placements. So it seems like it is a more collective kind of energy for some of these. I don't know if you have the time or even want to, but you should check out the other readings if you feel drawn to doing so. Okay. So we have this wonderful Chariot. Then we have this Page of Wands, which I had just mentioned. And then we have the Six of Swords, okay? So we'll start over here with the Chariot. So the Chariot is about that strength and being able to plan, to have a course of action. It's like that pause before the movement starts, right? It's about aligning and knowing. With these stars here, that's all about the celestial bodies and that sort of thing, right? So in alignment for me, thinking of the celestial body, pulled into me this Empress. So you're embracing both of these cards. You're really embracing it, and you're really getting ready to move forward and to be able to, leave past some of this negative crap that you've experienced prior to the Tower, and really chart onto a course that you have already planned, that you really want to go towards. obviously it will be in balance. You have these two wonderful sphinx up front, the black and the white. So they're definitely that balance within you. It will be blessing or blessed, when you do move forward. But it's about, getting that strength and knowing that you have control over the path of where you want to go, right? Because you've worked on yourself. You know that you can set your intentions and your manifestations and you can move yourself forward, right? So that's beautiful that shows up. And then we had the Knight of Wands, and I had mentioned the Page of Wands about creativity. That's what the Page of Wands is all about, is an individual that has creativity. So maybe you're bringing back your passions of creative forces. So and creativity doesn't necessarily have to be fine arts or theatrical arts. It could be, a passion towards something. It just could be something that's a little bit more outside the box of things. And it's interesting because there's a lot of people out there that think that they're not creative at all, but we all have imaginations and we use them. We see certain things, and it reminds us of things. And when you close your eyes and you ask to let's say visualize an apple, that alone is being creative, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be, the next Da Vinci or Picasso or whatever, but it's about a creative energy, so you've been, firmly planted and your passions are going to be coming back, right? And that is when you can be creative and to start taking charge of where you want to go again, with where you want to go, with being creative, okay? Or in a creative sense, it's also a matter of like getting creative with your finances, okay? It doesn't necessarily, like I said, have to do with the arts. You can get creative with finances and such, especially in the time of the pandemic. Some of us are having to do that, right? Having to reach out to, let's say, your electric company and asking if you could have set up a payment plan, or, maybe it's a matter of picking up side jobs so that you can have a little extra cash, and not necessarily, part-time jobs, but it could be side businesses, and not even consultant businesses, independent businesses, things that you could do on the side for a few extra bucks. Anyways, I'm beating a dead horse with that, sorry. Then we have the Six of Swords, and I really think that that's when you start self-loving, you're going to realize that, I no longer need to be in that state of mind because I've grown so much. That's like an old hat or something that you no longer need. You can discard that old hat and move forward. You're going to be moving away from those choppy waters, in your mind even, you're moving that way, and it's going to start to be a little smooth sailing when you give yourself some of that self-love. Okay, let's go ahead and let's pull a card and let's see what guidance the universe has for you. Okay, very fitting. Especially since we had talked about the Seven of Swords here. And, okay, so the card's called Wide Open, okay? And first of all, 42 breaks down to a 6, which is about love, right? And then what I had mentioned here about this person, the Seven of Swords, that they needed to turn their backs and walk off the cliff to a new beginning. That's exactly what's on this card, right? The person has their back towards you. They're at the edge of the cliff. They just have to trust in the universe, trust in their higher selves that they will be put onto the right path so that they can have this new incredible beginning, this new Ace of Pentacles coming in. You do, again, have this butterfly, so you do have that transformation coming in. This will be something that will be really different than what you're used to, but it'll be more in aligned with what you want to go, like where you want to go, or it will be that stepping stone to get you where you need to be. Okay. Also, with her being all in green, to me, that's your heart chakra, so it's about that love as well. Self-love can do so much when you can get into that true alignment of self-love. it will really be able to allow you to attract those that are in that higher vibration to come towards you. All right. Well, Pisces. Ooh, I almost called you Scorpius. Pisces, thank you so much for allowing me to do your weekend of love reading. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. Well, you have a great and wonderful weekend. Thank you. Bye.